torrential downpour came and lasted for several days. The militiamen wore their own coats over their own civilian clothing. Coats for militia officers were in short supply because preference was given to the 3-year enlisted Continentals. Henry Dearborn had ordered new coats for his Continental troops, but had not yet received them for this battle due to a shortage of blue dye. Different states had different Continental uniforms. New Hampshire's uniform was a blue coat with white lining, white vest, and white pants. Buckskin trousers were worn by those that were riding horseback. The militia signed up for specific campaigns, plus time away from their family in travel each way. Our fellows in Drake's regiment of 317 men left September 8th from Northampton on a trek to Bemis Heights, and with oxen hauling various sizes of cannon gathered by Colonel Abraham Drake from the seacoast. After the British surrendered, the regiment started on their 17-day hike home without the cannons, leaving Saratoga area December 15th. Having been away from their family for 3.8 months, they arrived in Northampton New Year's Day, 1778. The militia could muster able-bodied men between 15 and 50, and in some cases as young as 12. At Valley Forge, there were boys 12 years old there, which is kind of scary. And experienced officers could be older than 50. Such was the case of Colonel Abraham Drake. He was 62 at Bemis Heights. He was an imposing man. He had a silver braid on his hat and a red cockade on the left side, 2 silver-threaded epaulets, and a red sash over his right shoulder that tied in a knot at his waist at the left. He was born in 1715 and served in the military most of his life whenever duty called. He was an assemblyman in the Provincial Congress held in Exeter and a selectman 15 years. He was buried in Northampton at Center Cemetery, sadly, just 2.5 months before the last battle of the Revolutionary War. His son, Private Jonathan Drake, right here, was his messenger between Brigadier Ebenezer Learned and himself, and relayed orders to his 4 captains. Jonathan was just under 22 years old when he and his father witnessed the surrender of Burgoyne along with his entire regiment. Captain Moses Leavitt, on Greyfeather, wore buff-colored epaulets and a buff cockade. He was a fascinating man. He was 34 years old when he served here at Bemis Heights under Colonel Drake. He had already served as a selectman and first lieutenant under Captain Henry Elkins in Colonel Enoch Poor's regiment at the siege of Charlestown, where British ships were barraged Fort Moultrie with 10-inch mortars, something like this, for hours, and yet left in defeat after 12 hours of battling with the Patriots. Leavitt was promoted to captain in the 18th Continental Infantry, where he was issued a blue regiment coat for £4, which was deducted from his pay. He was on Northampton's Safety Committee and led his company in defense of West Point in 1780, where Benedict Arnold turned traitor. He served as a selectman 3 years and was Northampton's delegate to the Second Constitutional Convention. He was the town representative to the state's General Assembly and General Court for 7 years, and then commissioned as a general in 1790. He was Northampton's first state senator before his death at age 60 in 1803.